What did you take away from the Cowboys last night, that performance against the Eagles?
Well, that's who they can be, and that's been kind of the frustrating part for them this year. They've been very inconsistent, very up and down. So when they're functioning and firing on all cylinders, that's the potential that team has. The takeaway thing is obviously a huge part at the early part of that game. It's something that they've struggled with for the past couple of years, and they work on it, they preach it, they teach it. But they haven't been able to transfer it from the practice field to the game field. But they did last night, and that's a huge part for them. So, that's got to be the frustrating part, not only for the fans, but for the players also, knowing, what the potential is and the fact that they got on that 3-game losing streak.
If Jason Garrett's a hot commodity, as Jerry Jones says, then why doesn't he just sign him to a new deal? Great question. I think it'll get done. I'm sure that there's probably a benchmark that the organization has out there that they'd like to see the team achieve, and then they'll kind of work through that decision. But what do you think that is, Moose? How far do they have to go? I think the NFC title game for Jason to keep his job. But look, I've been wrong the past couple of years with what I thought was going to be Jerry Jones' tolerance here.
I'm always a guy that at the end of a season, you really have to look back and see if you didn't reach the goals that you wanted to reach, what were the reasons why? Because a lot of times there's actual reasons why. But if you're free and clear, if you don't have a major injury, if there wasn't some type of adversity during the course of the season that kind of gave you a big bump in the road, then you've got to evaluate very, very hard. But I would agree with you if we're saying that we have to get better every season, then the benchmark for the Dallas Cowboys would be at least an appearance in the NFC Championship game, which would show growth from previous seasons. And that's the big challenge right now with Jason, is Jason hasn't got beyond the divisional round. So that would be a huge step for Jason and for the team. So if the organization is taking the position that we have to see improvement from the previous seasons under this staff, and Jason Garrett specifically, then an appearance in the NFC Championship game would be that benchmark. But what happens down the rest of the season? Is there something that happens later this year that you look back on it and say, well, yeah, we were supposed to go to the championship game, but because of this, maybe that was an expectation that was too high.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune into Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV, stream for free on BR Live, or download the Dan Patrick Show app.